Welcome. This is, I guess, the Black Knight, doing the final little bonus episode of Zelda II Adventures of Link. As you can see, it is, well, different music and also different title screen. This is actually the Famicom version. And as you can see, it's the Legend of Zelda II, and it's Link's Adventure. So this one is, I'm gonna play this a little bit. Up through the first dungeon, and I'm going to explain a little bit more on what I wanted to do. But here is a story, and here specifically it says another sleeping Princess Zelda. In the Japanese version, they clearly say it is a different Princess Zelda, which is great, which they did not translate correctly in the actual English one. I just wanted to point that out before I started going on my rant about, Now, this version, I have to say, I only played up probably a little bit past, a little bit past the first dungeon, the first palace, or sanctuary, or whatever you want to call it in this one. And I have to say, there are plus and minuses to this version. And I'll clearly actually say that pretty much it's not going to be a Let's Play. It's a major one thing is that there's loading times. So you gotta wait pretty much at all key places, like palaces, towns, you gotta wait. So that's one thing I'm definitely... And the other side thing is that you have to change the side, which is terrible. Anyway, it's just a minor inconvenience. Ooh, pardon me. Second thing is that, well, you can see, is that the outlook is, the layout is definitely changed. And as you can see, that the water is moving, and the enemies are different. And the music's obviously different. I don't know, I guess it's because it's the disc version. I'm not totally sure. I haven't read up too much about it, but the thing is, there's not a lot different from this one from the other one. All the places are the same. The only minor thing is the leveling up system. Is that it's a lot easier to level up, but the thing is, once you get a level, you have a choice of, and that's convenient because right there you can have a choice of which one you want to level up. But the kicker is if you die, you continue to die, if you die 3 times, if you are not basically level evened, if you got 2, 2 attacks, 2 magic, and 2 life, then you will go back to 1, level 1 of everything, which is, I don't know, well, that's what I'm thinking, but I haven't actually died yet, so I can't, but I hear if you're not evenly leveled, then your levels get pretty much sent back. I'm not 100% on that. I should actually test it before I actually do this. But the thing is, it seems to level up a lot easier, so that's why I'm kind of leveling up evenly, because if I do eventually die, I'll see if I revert back to level 1 or not. Or it might go if you're not evenly leveled, I'm not totally sure. Exactly, I said. And you can tell the sound effects are a little bit different, there's a shield. If something hits your shield, physically hits your shield, it makes more of a ping sound. And one of the greatest things is, in towns, is that there's this weird, crazy 8-bit talking sound, which is great, which they should have actually kept in the English one, North American one. I really dig that. Actually, the 8-bit talking is great. It makes no sense whatsoever, but hell, that is fantastic. And as you noticed, when I got the magic jar, that I actually could not just go there and pick it up. I had to actually do it like everything else, like the magic jars. I had to actually hit it. That's the only other thing. And what else? Yeah, the overworld enemies are just kind of like ghost-like things. Like there's a blue one and the blue ones are the more powerful ones, and I guess the white ones, which they look kind of like sperm-like things, but still, I don't want to get into that. Those are the weaker ones, so those are, I guess, the original blobs, and the blues are the kind of like walking Ganon-like monsters. And man, I dig that 8-bit talking. I love it, man. I just love that. They should have just kept that in. And major one thing is that Link doesn't have a mouth in this version. He's just kind of, he has no mouth. And all the points are also a little different too, because you know there's some are not worth the same amount. Like I think that guy's worth 5 and not 3. So I can't really actually know. But I just dig the moving water. It's just, it looks so good. The thing is, it boggles my mind that they did not leave the moving water, at least the moving water, kind of like give it a little bit more feel. It just feels alive. The overworld feels more alive than the North American version. And here I clearly show that if I get the heart, I can't actually get until I actually hit it with my sword. And there's no like animation, so that's clearly, I guess, in the North American version. And one thing I didn't actually show, but I definitely know, is that all the palaces, I think, except for the great or the I say Grand Palace, but I think it's Great Palace. And it died. Oh, different dying music. And yeah, everything I think except for the Grand Palace, or Great Palace if you want to call that, is basically the same tone or the same color scheme as the first dungeon or the first sanctuary or palace, whatever you want to call it. And see, like every major place, you got to wait to load up. So. But it's the same good old temple music, I have to say, so it's that rock on. I do have to say that the elevators are a lot slower in this version, so if you expect the elevator to pretty much go instantly down now, like in later palaces, you can actually use the elevator to dodge things. It ain't gonna work in this one. And we also have actually good sound effects with like the sword. Like that's like sound effects. I don't know, this one just seems a little bit more alive, but yet it lacks a few things that makes the North American have its charm also. Like I still prefer most of actually the music of the North American version. I don't know, it just seems a little more like this one here is fantastic. It's the same tune. But the overworld and even the fighting music just doesn't seem that great. And yeah, different key music. Lock key music. And I don't know exactly what else to talk about, other than pretty much that I'd actually love to do... I'm going to probably do a different LP, because I'm actually doing another channel. It's my lordvirgilus channel, and I'm specifically doing that for my LPing or game-related stuff. That's what I specifically say, because I don't want to just specifically do LPs. Like, I want to do maybe like reviews also. Have a review type thing in mind. I want to review some stuff. As you can see, man, holy cow, this elevator takes its time. And yeah, I just want to kind of do there. And obviously, I did this one. This is my first LP, and I don't know. I obviously did everything. I think the first 8 parts with a different mic, so obviously this is a better mic. And, well, again, also I have, like, at least a better mic to work with. I'm constantly learning things, and the thing is, yeah, you don't really want to, like, do a different, do the same LP, like, so much things, so, but I want to do Zelda 2 again. But the thing is, I'm also going to I'm going to wait on it. And the thing is, I'm probably going to do the Japanese version once I get a little bit more familiar with it, because I'm still not totally familiar with it. And I'm probably going to go into a little bit more detail, but I want to kind of give a little sneak peek of, what's the deal with the Japanese version. Well, yeah, enemies take off a lot more in this. Just look at that, like that bubble. He hit me, and holy cow, it freaking took so much off. And if I was in the North American version, it would be like just a little bit, even on 2. But all the same tactics are there. Like I'm going to go up to the Iron Knuckle, and same Iron Knuckle tactics. And you got minor things like the bridge here used to be. Is white or gray in the North American, and it's red in the Famicom version. And I don't know. See, so I'm going to actually just stop the game stuff on this channel and just mainly go for my film related stuff on this channel. And then my other channel is going to be just completely game stuff, because I just want to keep them separate. Because I know that if I do eventually get some kind of, get people watching, because I know there's some people out there, I know I get views, so I know someone's watching. And I don't know if people will, like, be like, okay, well, I do an LP, I do, like, a video for an LP once, and then I go and I do like a video, just a film, or it just might kind of give mixed messages, and I'm like, eh. Oh, I'm sorry, holy cow. I don't know what's going on with me, but I'm really, mate's the fan, I'm not totally sure. I have a giant fan blowing in my face, so, which is going to be probably a little hell to actually cut out the noise, but I did a test before, and it seemed to be fine, so we'll see how that is. So, and like I said, I'm only going to do here the first palace, and then I'm going to do actually what I didn't wanted to talk about in my last part, and that's because I just completely skipped over, and I wanted to talk about pretty much why this game actually is so friggin' good for me. And I totally skipped over the whole thing of Thunderbird, basically, so I'm going to actually show the battle with Thunderbird, and pretty much a kind of an area you can just kind of fill up your magic and life beforehand. Like there's the red jars, but the chances of getting a red jar and those... See, like, holy cow, the guys are like incredibly powerful. But that version is going to be the North American version, because I didn't get too, like I said, I didn't get too far in the Famicom version. And that's about it. So yeah, I'm going to be switching channels. I'm already in the process of doing that. I have my Mario 2 LP there, and that's actually almost done. And only a couple more parts of that one. And then I'm going to be starting a new LP, which I'm actually just kind of starting. Here's Horsehead. This is great. You gotta listen. He speaks! Bosses speak in this version. It's great. It's fantastic. He, like, honks at me. He's like a car horn that honks at me. That's great. I love it. It's fantastic. Oh man, the annoying noises in this here just make it. This is great. It's just I'm squealing with anticipation. This is great. I love it. I can't wait to just play more of this. And I swear, if I ever get my hands on a copy of this, a real copy of this, even if I cannot play it, and we're gonna go out of the palace, and oh, where are we? Oh my god, we're in the Grand Palace now. Holy cow. And like I said, I'm gonna show you. This is just right before that part where I almost died in my other part, in the Grand Palace, where the big blob, you just pretty much go back and forth, kill your guys. Laser sword would be good. If not, you can use fire. I know it's a little wasting magic, but the thing is, until you get laser swords, fire would probably be good. So just keep on doing there. Get your life up to fill, your magic up to fill, and just, you know, screw that red guy and red jar bull crap, basically. So here's Thunderbird. I clearly want to say that, yes, he is very difficult if you don't know how to avoid his fireballs. If you know how to avoid his fireballs, one, you can't hit him unless you actually use Thunder. Just want to clearly show that. So you gotta pretty much waste half your magic right away. Shield is good. So you kind of trade off. Either you shield and reflect, and you can't heal, or you pretty much you can use heal once, and that's about it. Most of the time you want to use shield. People use jump. I'm perfectly fine with not using jump, because I can actually hit him quite well. He does go back into like a figure 8, I think. And even though the fireball seems like they go through me, not all the time, I have to say, so don't guarantee that you're not going to get hit. So that's pretty much it with Thunderbird. Yeah, use reflect definitely, shield, and if you want to use jump, use jump. And I also want to show, seeing that I did it the normal way last time, I want to show you the cheap way of actually cheaping out your shadow. So basically, you just go over to the left, you duck, and you just keep on hitting, and he just runs into your sword most of the time. And you will maybe get hit maybe once, but me, I didn't get hit at all, and I just pretty much kicked his ass. That's how you beat the game, pretty much very cheatily. There's a Triforce Keeper! Yay! And that's it. I'll see you next time.